Hey everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm making a video on something I have made multiple times on this channel, but just like yesterday when I made the Italian cream cake, I'm telling you, if I've made it multiple times, that means we love it, our friends love it, people are asking for more, and you need to try it. If you've been skeptical and holding out, you need to try this. I promise it is so very good. We're making artichoke dip like you would find in a restaurant. So good. It is so good. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We're making it for a festivity we're going to tonight. It is 4th of July for us. It's Tuesday for you guys. So we're making this. But listen, this is delicious. If you have guests coming over and you're not fixing a full-blown meal, but you want a little something to have for them, this is your go-to. It is delicious. So don't go anywhere. We got artichoke dip coming up.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is...
Okay everyone, so we are going to make artichoke dip. It is one of my family's all-time favorite. I've taken it to several events at church, and several of the men have requested that I bring it to everything. So it is a delicious go-to. So first, let me tell you, we're using marinated artichokes. I am doubling my recipe because I'm taking it to an event that's going to be highly attended. So I'm actually doubling everything, but down in the description will be the exact recipe as just the one recipe. I'm not doubling it. So if you see that my measurements and what's in the description doesn't match, that's why. But I get this at Aldi. I say Aldi. Y'all say Aldi, but it is what it is. I get this there, and it's the marinated. I suggest getting the marinated. It just adds more flavor. All right, let me grab a cutting board. I'll be right back. And a knife. Not the right kind of knife, but my other one's dirty. So I've drained my artichokes, and I'm just going to give them a rough chop. You want pieces of artichoke, but you don't want to get a whole artichoke in a bite. So I take a knife and just go through and roughly chop them. And I'll take you with us to the event so you can get some people tasting it and see what they say. Now, the only thing I can say about this, there's a lot of cheese in here, and sometimes I do, when it comes out of the oven, I do like to drain a little bit of the grease off. All right, I have another jar. Since I'm doubling it, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is so good. I mean, even if you don't think you like artichokes, give it a try. Just try it. You know, I've always taught my kids, don't knock it till you've tried it. And I was one of those moms who, if I made something, they had to eat it. Or, I mean, I didn't make a separate meal. Now, as a Bubbles, I've lightened that up a little bit for my grandbabies. But for my kids, they had to eat what I made. And if they said they didn't like anything and I knew they hadn't tried it, I said, I don't think you know if you don't like it. So, just try it just once. And even if you don't like it, I'm sure somebody in your family will like it and eat it. All right. So, to that, we're going to add mozzarella cheese. Again, the measurements will be down in the description because my measurements are not accurate to a one recipe. All right, next, grated Parmesan cheese. I don't have quite enough here, so I'm going to add just a little bit of the canned grated stuff. All right. Set that aside. Now we're going to add in some mayonnaise. Now I know a lot of you don't like mayonnaise either, so I don't know that there's anything I would substitute for in this except mayonnaise. But if you don't like mayonnaise, I'm sorry. And this by all means needs to be mayonnaise, not Miracle Whip. This is not a sweet dip in any way. All right, set that aside. Let me grab a spoon. And we're going to kind of just stir this up. I'm going to need a heavier duty spoon. I thought this was a heavy duty spoon. All right. I'm going to keep stirring this up. I'm going to get a few things out of my cabinet for seasoning, and I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I'm back. So I'm going to put in plenty of garlic, just garlic powder. You don't need any salt because the cheese has salt. So plenty of garlic. I really have no measurements for the seasoning because you're just going to do it to your preference. And it's okay to taste this like before you bake it, if you want to taste it to see if it needs more garlic or whatnot. So now I'm going to add in some Worcestershire sauce. And that too has a salt factor. So I'm not going to put any salt and pepper in here. And some hot sauce. This is local to North Carolina. Even though it says Texas Pete, it is local to North Carolina. But we're going to use it. So whatever hot sauce of your choice. I don't think, sriracha might work, but I would use like a hot sauce. All right. Now I changed my stirring utensil, as you can see. I don't know. Now when you do just one recipe, I think like a square 8x8 or 9x9 or one of those oval dishes would be fine. I don't know, since I'm doubling it, what size dish I'm going to use, so I may look and think and play. But like I said, you may have to drain some of the cheese grease. The good stuff, you may have to drain a little bit of that off because it can get a little greasy with all this cheese. So you will, you can, it comes to the top and just take your pan once you bake it. I think I'm going to do a 9x13. And once you just bake it, just kind of point towards one of the corners and drain the grease off. Since I'll be at my friend's house when I bake it, I'm not sure if I'm going to drain it there on camera for you guys. But I do believe I'm going to use the 9x13. Really no need to spray a pan because it's cheese and artichokes and mayonnaise. Really no need to spray the pan, but we can just to be safe. So just to be safe, let's do it. Just to be safe. But technically there's no reason. Mainly just the sides. All right, I'm gonna pour this in. One of my beautiful dishes a viewer sent me is Tammy. Yeah, I think I made the wise choice on this dish, using the big one. Okay guys, now what I serve this with, let's talk about that for just a minute. You could do pita chips, you could you know, Melba toast or whatnot. I usually get 2 French baguettes and I slice them up and I drizzle them with olive oil. I bake them off in the oven and you have like this little crostini with the artichoke dip on top. It is so good, so delicious. Y'all, you could actually put spinach in this, a package of frozen spinach. In fact, I started to do that today, but I didn't have any frozen spinach. I wouldn't use fresh, but I would use the frozen and drain it really well. Squeeze out all the liquid once you thaw it and put that in here with it. I think that would make a delicious and beautiful presentation. But like I said, I normally use French baguettes and make little crostinis, toast with it, and then just top them with this. I'm going to take, because I think, what did I do with my jar? I think this is pretty much keto. Let's see if I can find my jar. Okay, 2 carbs and 1/8 of a cup. The cheese is okay. The mayonnaise is okay. This is a low carb, so I could take pork rinds and eat these with pork rinds. Now, that's not low fat, but that is low carb. So this would be a great low carb option. So I may get to eat some of this. All right, so I will see you when I get to my friend's house and we bake it off and I make the little crostinis and see how everybody likes it. Okay guys, we'll be back in just a little bit when I get ready to fix this up. Okay guys, I baked it at 350 for about 30 minutes. Hey everybody, well you saw my dip as it came out of the oven. We just got to having fun and I didn't film anybody tasting it, but it was almost all gone when I got home. And we just had a really good time. We were at some friend's house. A lot of everybody there was a lot of church people. And so it was a really wonderful evening. And so I'm going to say goodbye here, but stay tuned. I'm going to show you some just video and clips from our evening. But y'all, that dip is so good. You need to try it. It is amazing. You won't be sorry. I promise. It's like a restaurant appetizer dip. It is so good. So please be sure and try it. And if you do, let me know down in the comments. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time here on The Farm and Pastor's Wife. Remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Stay tuned for the pictures.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two.
Ready? Set, go! You're not ready.
Ready?
It never ends. Let's be more than friends.